volume, wake the crowd. F'nAround, stop the day. Rats and raves, we got something to say.
Happy New Year's and welcome to 2025. This is F'nAround in the morning on WURE FM radio, and I'm your co-host, Joe.
What's good, everybody? It's JJ, baby. Happy fucking New Year.
Welcome to the new year. Kick out the old and start with the new, right?
Man, I'm telling you, 2025 is going to be a fucking year, Joe.
Oh.
It's going to be a fucking year.
We spent 2024 building it up and scratching and scrawling and fighting at everybody. Now it's time
my God.
Now it's time to show them what we meant, what was true.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's been one hell of, let's call it the last 2 quarters of the year have been fucking crazy. And they're still, honest to God, they're still crazy. You've seen it took us a while to jump on this camera because we're still dealing with bullshit. But I'm not going to lie to you. Things are fucking amazing.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Well, it's amazing in our world, but for the rest of the world, we always know nothing's amazing.
Yeah. Right now is actually fucking right. I just said it the other day. Right now is America's time to shine, dude. We can really turn things around with the situation that we're in right now. But as much as everybody's putting it on, the government, it's really on us.
Oh, 100%. We got to stand up and do something about it. Can't just sit around and let the government sit around.
It comes down on us. And then, just to fucking say really quick, I want to point out that, well done calling all these. We got a lot of shit to talk about that we think pertains to this fucking switch. And I think that we said that when this switch got closer and fucking closer, we were going to start seeing some crazy shit.
Oh, yeah. I called it. I said it. We talked about it. We knew. We had that conversation that this was going to happen. He's going to be sweeping stuff under the rug and making shit go by. And when we looked at all the shit with the pardons, once you saw those pardons going through, you realized he wasn't flying under the radar anymore. He wasn't going to hide it. It was like, yo, we're going to make some shit happen.
Yeah, he's definitely and he's definitely busting some moves and doing some fucking crazy shit. Joe's on him like a hawk. For real, Joe is on him like a hawk.
Well, I can't be on him too much. I'd break the motherfucker.
Yeah, very true. And then we would have nothing to talk about.
Exactly. We need something.
Yeah, right. But no, but good fucking show coming up to kick off the new year. Joey just pointed out to me before the show that this is actually our 20th episode. So fucking congratulations, Joe.
Congratulations to you too. I mean,
I don't know how many more we got, how many times people want to keep listening to us sit here and fucking bullshit about stuff, but it's obviously working right now.
Somebody's listening, and either they're listening because they like us or they're listening because they hate us and they just want to see if they can find something to sue us for. Either way, fuck you. You're listening.
Either way, fuck you is exactly my fucking response. Is exactly my response. And as a matter of fact, somebody actually called me. All the time I get these calls from people that just support the situation. And somebody just said it the other day. They're like, "Man, you two sure do like to fucking like to stir the pot." Huh? I'm like, listen, I don't got no fucking problem doing that.
Stir the pot. I'll fucking stick my foot in and I'll jump around and kick it back at you.
I'm swimming in the pot. You got me fucked up. Stir it.
Oh, you'll get this. You'll find this hilarious. So I got a call from one of my friends yesterday. And she was talking to me and she's like, "Hey, you're doing a morning show. Can you send me the link?" I'm like, "Yeah, fucking course." So I sent her the morning show. 30 seconds later, she gets back to me. She goes, "Oh, it's Joey and James on the morning show." She goes, "Two Southside Italians kicking it up." She goes, I lasted about 30 seconds and I'm like, "How long is it going to take you to get into fucking Sopranos?"
Right, dude. That would be fucking awesome if somebody reached out to us to do some shit like that. It'd be fucking great. It'd be fucking great.
Oh, do a reality show. We could do it around Taylor Street. They tried that years ago, dude, remember?
They tried it. They tried it with the mob wives shit, but then it just got way out of control, dude. Yep. It was fucking stupid.
Just like my podcast, I've never even listened. I've never watched reality TV either, so it's not a big thing of mine either.
Yeah. Yeah, and they fucked it all up, dude. Reality TV was awesome when it was like The Real World and shit like that, and Road Rules and all that stuff. Now, fucking reality TV's too fucking scripted and fucking everybody's just trying to hurt each other and fucking beat each other up. And
they want everyone to sit at home and live their lives through someone else vicariously.
Fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Pick up a mic and start talking.
Better fucking things, dude.
I don't know if it's better, but it'll be definitely probably bigger, right?
No, yeah, most definitely. So I do have a couple updates I want to touch base on before we dive into the great show that we have planned for everybody today, talking about a lot of these things. Tommy reached out to me last night. We're actually putting together the plan today to drop his music video, Head Rush with Little Chris, and I'm telling you, the video's fucking banging.
Nice.
So right now, that's in the works. That's currently the project for today. once we get done doing this. And then also everybody, Stunts video drops today. So today, in a few hours, Stunts official video for Big Difference featuring Neil Gang comes out. And also had a really good conversation with him already this morning. And when I'm telling you, dude, motivation like no other, he is beyond excited for what this year brings, dude. He loves the way everything is going. He loves what he sees. He loves the work ethic that everybody's doing and all that. So, but today is the day for Big Difference with him and Neil Gang. So make sure that everybody gets to YouTube, checks that out. Available on all platforms already as far as music goes, but make sure you check out that video.
Are you going to throw the link in the bios anywhere or something?
Yeah, definitely. The link will always be in my bio on IG. We'll get it in the bio here, right? So everybody go down there. We'll make sure we throw it in the show notes and shit so that everybody can go and check it out. But let's go run that video up. It's a great video. King Art did it. Fucking amazing. Dude, I'm telling you. Art, working with dude, Stunt really enjoyed it. And he does his videos, bro, on one of them hoverboard things. You know what I'm saying? So he'll be on the hoverboard and shit doing it, and then like drones, dude, the video was fucking amazing.
So it's him over in New Jersey.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes, it's him. It's actually him just shooting videos for everybody.
See, everyone, we told you we'd get to the bottom of it.
You heard it here first, man. You heard it here first. We tried, right? We tried to keep it under wraps, but really, King Art's just shooting videos all over New Jersey.
Big publicity stunt just for Stunt Taylor.
Yeah, it's all marketing. It's all a marketing campaign. Thanks for telling everybody, too, Joe. No, but dude, working with dude was great. Also, big shout out to Exclusive Techniques who did Tommy Bands' music video with Little Chris. It was really, really good experience from what Tommy told me. I didn't get the chance to personally work with them. I've been here in Atlanta, but Tommy said it was a great experience working with Exclusive. I believe you met Exclusive.
I did meet Exclusive. I saw him do some shoots over actually in our studio before it was the studio, as well as I saw him do some shoots over at Little Joe's.
Nice. And how was working with him?
It was very good. I mean, it was. I've never worked with someone on a music video before or watched the music video be done, so it was really interesting to watch how it was done. Yeah. I mean, I actually enjoyed it. It was kind of interesting. The customers were not the biggest fans of us playing the same song over and over, but it worked out nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet because you guys were in Little Joe's for a little bit.
While it's still going on, it's like, why stop business for a little bit? Like, just we'll just take this section and do it.
Yeah, customers had to be like, what the fuck? We love the song, but
right. I was gonna say, luckily it was a good song. That's
right. We love the song, but can we listen to something else in between?
Right.
Yeah, no, that's fucking awesome. But huge shout out to King Art and Exclusive, for wrapping up the videos and giving us the best quality work that we could ask for. We appreciate you both, dude.
Yep.
It's been a pleasure working with you guys. But like I said, show notes will have the link, so make sure you go check out Stunt's video. And then I'm also working on getting him on the show. We talked about it a little bit this morning. We would like to get him on the show so he could kind of talk about future projects that he has coming up and stuff that he wants to work on and his direction in the music industry right now, because he's just got the mind for him doesn't stop thinking. He's got so many things he wants to do, and he's really ready to get to work 2025. So be on the lookout for a lot from Stunt.
And then isn't he doing some stuff with the gym tomorrow for the Friends and Family opening?
I believe he's going to try to make it over there. I believe he's working on getting over there, but he also has talked to Joey about getting in tune with the gym regardless. Yeah. So everybody knows Stunt's really big into health and shit, right? You were over there, dude. Juices, all vegetables and shit like that. So he just got back real hard into working out. So what we thought about was like, listen, what better way you do, not very many people know this, but he is a very experienced martial artist. I know he is doing that now with his son, and they're training together. Nice. So he loves doing the martial arts stuff. So I figured, what better way to get you, doing something that you love to do instead of just going to the gym. You come to Joey's gym, get in tune with some of that situation.
Not this Joey.
Yeah, not this Joey, Joseph Leonard, right? Who is the owner and one of the owners of BVL Boxing Solutions. So he's going to get in there, start working on that stuff. You guys will see him involved with the gym 2025. And I know the gym's a huge thing for you because we all know the story about the gym, which we keep telling the people we're going to talk about. And I got to work it out with Joe where I get him on here to tell the story, dude.
It's really hard to get someone on there to tell a story though when they're busy opening their own nonprofit in jail.
Yeah, and
so,
he really is. It's nonstop.
Oh,
Now it's
nonstop. Now it's crunch. Now he's got to get the people there. Now he's got to get it moving. But I mean, just because you can't get him on doesn't mean you can't keep plugging it for him.
No, 100%. And he wants to get on. You know, we talk all the time, but you know, you get them 10-minute conversations where you're talking about ideas and, you know, giving updates and shit, and then, you know, he's got to go. He's got to go spar. Or
we should start just doing the conversations here on this and plugging it in.
Yeah, right? We should.
Yeah.
Right? We should just fucking call each other on Riverside every fucking other day or something.
Kind of make it like our Zoom.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm going to clip this for this meeting.
Yeah, but definitely stay on the lookout for a lot to do with BVL Boxing Solutions. And for everybody that might not know this, I'm a recovering addict myself. So BVL Boxing Solutions is a boxing situation that it really wants to gear towards helping people struggling with different types of addiction, right? So like I've told Joe Phelan and Joe Leonard multiple times before, an outlet like that being available to the people in the Chicagoland area, that's something huge. That's something huge. That's a good outlet, dude.
Helps with your focus, helps with everything, and
discipline, that routine. I mean, top to bottom. You know, I mean, even you said, like, and not saying that you struggling with alcoholism, but when you said you were not drinking no more, right? You had to get into that routine of something, which became the fucking 10-mile walks daily and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and you've even said, without that stuff, would you still be not drinking?
No,
right?
Yeah, it's because, well, I started it before I stopped drinking, which was the good part.
No, yeah, you already did.
Yeah, I'd already started before trying to get healthier and in shape. And then when I stopped drinking, the fact is I would do my weeks based on my hangovers when I worked out. And now I just feel great getting up every morning where I don't have to do it. So it's almost like, do I want to not do it today? Like, I kind of feel like I want to just get up and move again, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
it's like,
for sure.
It's the focus of the pattern. Mm-hmm. It went from, okay, I'm going to do this 3 to 4 days a week to, okay, it's more fun doing it 7, you know?
Yeah, I'm going to just do it every day.
Right.
And then now you got yourself into a beautiful routine, and it really, I know it helps contribute towards you, you know, doing what you're doing. So having something like that available to you in the Chicagoland area is going to be huge. So, you know, massive props to Joe Leonard for taking that on, especially so quick, dude. I mean, it was like literally no time. Brian passed away, and then bam.
Yeah. It's been about, I think we just hit 9 months.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, he didn't waste no time in getting this together. So, you know, huge props to our boy. We'll definitely be seeing a lot from him, including Stunt Taylor too. Yep. So, yeah. Now let's do a huge fucking pivot into over some of this fucking crazy fucking madness that we have going on in
which one
in the fucking world. I mean, fuck, where do we want to start? Maybe we could start with the money that they printed last night to send over to the fucking Ukraine like it's fucking monopoly money.
But didn't we say that was going to happen? Like, we did say that. I mean,
of course we did.
But I mean, the fact that they're actually doing it because now they're saying, oh, we're afraid that it's not going to happen if Trump's in office. Come on.
I mean, can we not be right, please?
Right.
And listen, if you're going to be right, at least pass it out to us.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Mean, at least cover your tracks a little bit easier too.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even. You've got American people that are legitimately like screaming at the top of their lungs, like, "Yo, we're fucked."
Right.
Like, we're fucked. We can't pay our bills anymore. And not saying give us 5.19 or 5.9 billion, $5.9 billion, right? But why pass it out to somebody else? Right. So now this was, I believe, the claims was for military and budget, is what I believe I read.
Yeah, so, like strategic defense partners type stuff, I believe as well. So whose pockets are being padded now?
Well, you know what he's got to do, right? So now this might be, I might be off right here, right? I might sound like a complete and total goof, but I really don't give a fuck. So what it seems like to me is all the Democrats are pushing all the money to places that they can go and claim it once he's gone type shit. You get what I'm saying? Where, no?
So I was going to say, but like, wasn't it before Hunter was making sure it got back to him?
Yeah, but he can't do that no more. Mac Buddy got caught with the Chiquita banana. He got caught with the you understand me on the scale. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I agree. So but he's still got to get it it's got to go somewhere. And I mean, the fact that it's not just government money now, that raises even more flags. So it's not just the government money coming out from their fund for this and their money set aside. Defense partners and strategic partners are putting money over there too, right? So that means they're requiring other people to send money over there, which means what for? Is this going to be kind of like when they send people to space where it's going to cost them millions of dollars to send up some tampons? Remember that?
No shit.
You remember that when they sent like a year's worth of? Yeah, it was like million. They couldn't figure out how to send tampons to space, or scientists couldn't calculate how much tampons a woman needed. So they like over budgeted, overdid it, went crazy with it, right? Happens, whatever. But so does that mean these defense budgets are going to be blown out of proportion too? So you're going to send over, let's say one company just sent over $100 million worth of goods that actually only cost them like 10 million, but then they're writing off their taxes 100 million.
And they pocketed 90.
I mean,
Jesus fuck.
That's how I would structure it.
Question: how do we get them to pass out that shit to us?
Well, it takes money to make money, and that's the problem. And that's always Trump said.
So if I'm not filthy rich, they ain't handing me nothing.
They're gonna hand you a little check and tell you to go fuck yourself.
Son of a bitch, dude.
Right. But I don't
like that.
But think about that. Like, these people can inflate and do their own prices, right? Remember that movie War Dog? Was it War Dogs with the two guys?
Dude, great fucking movie. Jonah Hill killed it.
Great movie. But remember when they were doing the budgeting for those? Remember when they were doing the budgeting for those defense contracts, and they were talking about how inflated that money was.
Yeah.
So now take that into the fact that they're over $1 billion are coming from strategic defense partners and partners.
Yeah.
So they can write off that money that they gave to the government for those bids that the government has to pay them back for.
No. So question. Wait, hold on. I want to stop you right there real quick. Question. If I hypothetically had a friend who does a morning show, and he wanted to, stop the morning show and sell guns to the Defense Department, how do we go about doing that?
You got to call Luigi.
That son of a bitch. The fucker, bro. I can't call him. He's got to call me.
I know. But the other thing would be is look what they did. They found a supplier. So now let's put it into terms the normal people can understand, right? Take away these defense contracts, take all that.
Yeah,
if you want to go on Amazon and buy something, you're going to pay $100 for it. That same product is now going to probably be on the TikTok shop for like $50. But if you went to like Alibaba or Temu or one of those things, you're going to pick it up for less than $5. So they're selling it. The government is Amazon.
Oh, so we need. Oh, okay. I get it now. Very nice.
Yes.
Very nice. And hence why you have all these people that are doing these like Amazon shops and shit like that. Because
they're drop shipping it for pennies on the dollar from over in Alibaba or Temu, and it's economies of scale. So the more you buy, the cheaper it gets. That's why. So that's why TikTok works so well, and they have designated shops you can work with because TikTok is aggregating all the products then and being their own aggregate for like Temu, and then they're getting from Temu for their sellers, and they're pushing it, and they're making a percentage probably in the middle. So they're arbitraging
Christ in heaven. What the fuck?
Yeah. So now if you think about that with weapons or defense, they're not going to cut a discount to the government.
No.
They're going to get it for what they want because they have contracts with them and they have stuff, which is why, hell, how many of those people are part of the PACs or part of the groups are moving laws and legislation, are making things happen, right?
Now, Joe, explain these PACs that you're talking about because you've said these to me before, right? Now, I get what they are in a sense, but right, give me a better explanation of what these things are used for.
So it's order to influence the opinion of politicians, but it's done in a way that's supposed to be legal. But the problem is when you get a bunch of people together with a lot of money and you put it in a PAC, sometimes it hides who's in there or it kind of funnels money through it. So it's not like, hey, James Fontano of 312 is going to pay to stop paying artists a lot of money. James Fontano, for example, is putting it into a PAC called Anti-Artist Music, and Anti-Artist Music is then paying the legislation and the lobbyists donation money to change their opinion by donating to their political PACs.
Yeah.
Not that you're doing that, but figured putting it into those words makes it a little better.
So it's basically the government's version of Cash App.
Yeah, basically.
That's fucking crazy. They've got their literal own Cash App.
Yeah, that's it. And it doesn't even go to the politicians. Then it goes to their funds. So it goes to their political funds, their nonprofits, what they believe in and what they do, and you're paying them. So if they're running for office again, let's go back to the biggest thing I've talked about before, I believe, or I don't know if it's here, but I've ranted about it for every politician, for every election. Have you ever noticed that a lot of politicians, even if they lost, they don't concede right away?
No. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yep.
Because the minute they concede, you have to deal with the funds in that campaign, right?
Ooh,
So
good point.
you have to run out those funds or run out of debt or run up a bill so you're not in charge of those funds or dealing with it. So that's where money goes a lot of times. Did you notice how much debt Kamala went into? Like she lost money on that campaign, so she didn't have to deal with money coming in.
Man, so that means that whenever Governor Pritzker loses and gets out, so whenever the people of Illinois get their shit together and they get his ass up out of there, right? That means most of his money is going to be spent at Burger King or McDonald's before he goes so that he don't have to pay people back.
You just want him to get one of those quarter pounders and hope he gets E. coli, don't you?
No, I would never wish that on him. Not him, dude. No, not me. Why would I do something crazy like that on air, dude? You're trying to bait me. Look at you. No, you're a slick son of a bitch, dude.
Especially because we just talked about it happening and neither of us even knew.
Dude. Man, dude. So wait, question about that too. Now I brought up a question. How much longer do we have before Governor Pritzker has to run?
Honestly, I don't even know that. I don't pay attention. I view him as like trying to be the next Daley for the state. But I will pull that up for you right now because I'd like him gone.
Yeah, and I just want to kind of pay attention to it and see who we got, to go up against Mac Buddy. You know what I'm saying? Who can we throw some support
2026, I believe.
Okay, damn. Okay,
yep.
We got 2 more years now. Okay,
that's a lot of damage one person can do.
They don't realize it, right? They don't realize it, but yeah. So now let's go talk about this. We dove into a lot of different things that have to do with where the money goes, right? So now, what about this data breach that we're hearing about, right? So now, what does this play?
Oh, that is way too convenient. I mean, I don't know all the information on it, and neither do you. And I'd love to dig into it, but it's the U.S. Treasury had a data breach.
I know about data breaches, and I know that can't be good. So if the Treasury had a data breach, we got some problems.
Right. So you're talking about not only the funds of the money, you're talking about where the money is, you're talking about Americans' money, you're talking about taxes, you're talking about what they have, you're talking about everything, including what the government spends its money on and where it's going. So now let's go into the fact of you're spending a lot of money, you're throwing it overseas, and you're doing stuff for this Ukrainian war for the last bit of time, and whatever else they did for the last 4 years, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Would a data breach now say that information is unreliable and the chain of command has been...
Oh, God, yeah.
So if you're going to dig into the money of where it went, not saying this was done for a reason, but I'm saying if I wanted to ruin the chain of custody and the protection of what that was done, and I wanted to say that information was unreliable or things went missing,
yeah,
it's the perfect time to set it up and do it. Just hypothetically speaking, of course.
Yeah, no, perfect time to set it up to do it. But let's go to the flip side of things, though, right? What do we do when China has a leg up against us, right?
What do you mean? They already own us.
No, I'm saying like physical evidence to show the American people now. So now you've got a data breach, right? So now let's just say China does start connecting the dots with money, right? Now, obviously, we're speaking in speculation here,
right?
So we don't know a goddamn thing, and nor do I have any fucking resource to get to stuff going on at the U.S. Treasury, right? So I'm just making assumptions.
We're just like Charlie Day in the mailroom, putting the strings together.
Yeah, right. So now China gets a data breach, right? We know China, Russia, which is something else we're going to be touching on. We're crazy. Once again, it's all fucking happening at the same time. Crazy coincidences, right? But we know Russia, China, they all work together, right? This end of the world, they work together, right? So you've got the fucking the Ukraine aid going on, right? Which we already know Russia isn't happy that we're doing.
No.
Right. So we know that they're like, listen, and Vlad's reason for saying why we shouldn't be doing it, right? Low key is why we shouldn't be doing it. He has completely recognized publicly that dude's a corrupt fuck. That's why I don't like him, right? You know what I'm saying? That's what he says. He's like, dude, you guys are fucking tweaking, basically. What are you guys giving him your money for? And we just keep giving him money, and then on top of it, you got a bunch of pushovers, right? So now you got that going on. Then you go and you say the data breach. So now we know China's fishing.
Right.
Right.
There's
That's
something
what China's doing.
they're looking for something. You don't just data breach such a hardcore heavy
You
hitter thing like the Treasury.
You basically hacked the country's Robinhood account.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because this shows what we're doing with all of our money at any point in time.
But if you're going to go down that rabbit hole, right? They told us the Treasury got hacked. It's very public knowledge that it got hacked, right, by China.
Yeah.
But in every movie we've ever watched and anything, and we always say it's kind of desensitizes you to it. If you wanted to hack the Treasury, you're hacking it to get something, right? So what did they actually grab that they're not telling us? When you rob a bank, but you want a safety deposit box like the Inside Man, you rob the bank, but you take the box that no one's supposed to know what's in it, right?
Yeah.
Great movie, by the way. But
awesome
let's go that way for there. If we're all able to know that they hacked the Treasury, which is horrible enough as it is, what did they actually hack and get?
Yeah. What are they actually? What are you looking for?
Right.
What are you going for?
What is in there we're not aware of?
And why are they so yeah, obviously what you're saying is obviously there's something in there that they didn't want anybody to see, right? Because there has to be a reason for having the US Treasury as a target for a data breach.
Right. And the timing, if you line it all up, and like think about the stuff we've talked about, just go the most hypothetical crazy situation of all time. We all know that back in the day we funded terrorists and cartels for drug dealing and trafficking.
It's happened since the dawn of time, dude.
Right.
Dawn of time.
So if you go to what we just talked about the other day with the fact that all these drug things line up and all these sex trafficking line up and all this money lines up, and you know our lovely buddy Epstein was tied in and now Diddy's tied in. What if they're trying to find that money line too?
Good point.
Right. Like the shit we rant and rave are saying like, hey, these are way too coincidental. What if they're trying to say, hey, look, this is why you're protecting Ukraine? Because in the beginning, didn't it come up somewhere that they were a huge sex trafficking child? And Putin said that about in the beginning too?
Yes.
So if you align to the fact they're giving a bunch of money over there now, and then their data breach for it, where you're trying to find where all our money is coming from and going, and you tie it with everything else that's going on.
It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, let me tell you.
I mean, it could go anyway, and that's just one hypothetical situation. But if America's funding all this shit to get money going around, and you're following all these paths, and I mean, you saw the chart of what a lot of the stuff that's being hidden and pushed off are the drug trafficking and the sex trafficking bus. That's the shit that's
they're
being
not
buried.
even. You know what's crazy, dude? You know when you said that to me, 30 minutes ago, right? When you were talking about when we were going over the news stuff, right? I'm sitting here and I'm like, dude, you know what? When I was locked up, when I watched the news, right, you would see cartel stuff going on. You know, like I'm not saying it was good, but I would not rather see the cartel killing people. That's not what I would rather see, right? But that's what we've seen, right? So when you were talking about things that were going on bad domestically, right? You were talking about, what El Chapo was doing, El Chapo escaping, the cartels taking back over after El Chapo got caught, so on and so forth, right? So you had all these things that, like, it's not good to see in the news, but it made sense. Like, that's the stuff that's real life, right? So you're talking about real life. Now you all of a sudden don't see nothing about none of that stuff no more.
But every time Taylor Swift shows up to a game, everybody knows.
Oh, God, yeah. Don't let Travis Kelce be wearing something that has to do with good old Taylor.
Right.
Mind you, they fucking suck. If the fucking Kansas City, I don't know, I haven't watched them, but if they go to the fucking Super Bowl this year, I've lost all faith in football, dude.
Oh, why? It's just like the WWE?
No, we knew that was fake the whole time, dude.
Not as a kid. As a kid,
I knew it, dude. The people that were fucking that didn't know it were the delusional fucks, dude.
Come on, man.
Delusional fucks.
Come on. Mankind,
remember how fun it was to have you in the
right?
Oh,
mankind
God.
in the
Sacco?
Yes. Come on,
dude.
Sacco could beat up anyone. That was so real. That was so real. It was like Lamb Chop Lollipop. And the song that never ends.
The best part about it was like, listen, this is the dude. We're probably gonna get lost off on this now, dude. Because one thing I can tell you is I've always known that fucking wrestling was fake, right? I mean that to the bottom of my heart. I've always been one of them people. But one thing I can tell you is it's never fucking bothered me.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I have always treated wrestling as if it was real, even when I knew it was fake because of how much fun it was, right?
To believe it's to receive, just like Santa, right?
100%. If you don't believe, you don't receive, right?
It's like a magic act. You know it's all fake. You just want to enjoy the entertainment.
To see what they've done to sports, though, right? where you got guys that are literally making, I mean, these guys' checks, bro, weekly, sometimes whatever, however they get paid. Some of these checks are like $1 to $2 to $5 million checks.
These
that
guys
they're
get
getting.
fined more for speaking the wrong way than people make in a year.
Dude, it's crazy for wearing the wrong socks, bro. You can wear the wrong color socks and they fine you $13,000, bro. It's crazy. And to see what they've done to sports to still not be real, bro. I'm telling you, it's starting to look rigged. We're picking up on you. It's fucking crazy. The fucking players know what their parlays look like.
Yeah.
The players know what they, okay, so listen, I can go get my buddy to bet that I'm going to get under 50 yards this game, right? And he's going to put $100,000 on it and he's going to make fucking $5 million, right? I'm not going to catch a ball. I just got to make sure you can't trace it back to me. I'm good.
Right.
The coaches, everything has become so scripted. You can literally make a parlay and you can tell and look at that parlay and be like, yo, dude, this doesn't make sense. This stuff, there's no way it didn't happen. But the reason is it didn't happen is because the parlay was going to cash out big.
Right.
And so many people grab this same fucking parlay and shit. Dude, it's fucking crazy. These people are stupid. You have all these celebrity people selling their parlays, right? Why do you think they're doing it? It's a scam now, you guys.
Yeah.
And they've changed sports. But wrestling, dude, I don't give a fuck how fake it is. It'll always be the best.
At least you know what you're getting.
Yeah. You know that you're going there for a show. That's what it was. And even, have you watched any of Vince McMahon's documentaries, dude?
No, I have not.
You fucking better.
Is it that good?
Bro, the man is probably one of the most honest individuals I've ever met in my life. Super prick, dude. He was a piece of shit back in the day, right? But I'm telling you, if you're talking about building something and listening to somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing, hey, listen, I'm sorry. Pops, you're in my way. You gotta go.
Yeah.
And this is his father.
Yeah.
Listen, dude, you're in my way. Get the fuck out and let me do my thing. You're going to be insanely rich.
And thankfully, he knew what he was doing. But a lot of times nowadays, it's usually the reversed.
And imagine running the business and literally being the business as a personality. Because remember, Vince McMahon played a huge role in how good the fucking WWE or WWF, whatever.
He was like tied into that storylines big time. His whole family was.
Bro, and watch, when you see the fucking documentaries, dude, you're going to see the way that played out, dude. And I knew that this was going to happen. So we're not going to let this fucking happen. We can't get off of what the fuck we were doing, but great fucking job, dude. We got to get somebody that's in the wrestling world on this bitch now, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Vince McMahon, the GOAT, dude. Shout out to Vince McMahon, man. Love you. Fucking, you were a super scumbag, though, but that's what I actually like about you.
Especially with that new mustache.
Yeah, dude. He's a fucking super scummy fuck. But listen, hey, he knew the assignment.
Yep.
He knew the assignment, and he owns all of his shit. Now, listen, I'm not saying he's sitting there saying that all, like, the sexual allegations and shit like that. I don't know nothing about that, right? But what I can tell you is the man was a scumbag and did his fucking thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
So now, right, we touched a little bit on the data breach. So, you know, to get back to, you know, it's all facades though, right? So you can kind of tie it all in together into what money in general is doing to this country and what the American government is doing to make people want to focus on it. So why do you want to get to the Treasury? These are some questions that we want answered. If anybody has any input, please reach out to Joe. That's definitely going to be the best option, right? Because anything you ask me, I'm going to ask him.
I'm just going to start sniffing.
Yeah, right. Joe's going to dive into it anyways, right? But to get to something that we touched on a little bit, not enough because we didn't have enough information, right? But we do have more information. Oh, wait, hold on. My bad. Almost skipped something, Joe. My bad. Your show note thing changed and I fucking almost skipped something.
No worries.
This Russian and Finland ripped the line with the anchor shit, dude. What the fuck's going on, bud?
So I view it as a power play. Just you fire a warning shot when you're in war, just to let them know, hey, we are here, we can do it. So, as you know, NATO and everybody put on sanctions on Russia and oil, right? So there's supposedly shadow fleets now out there that they don't say who they're owned by, but everybody assumes they're owned by Russia, right? That's been moving oil and gas around the world, right? Via
Okay,
these
wait. I
fleets.
got to stop you so people understand. What would be the purpose of these countries having shadow fleets? Why would they do that?
So they can operate without jurisdiction under a country, and they can walk around. So when a company is under sanctions where you can't deal with them, these fleets can move around the world without flying the Russian flag.
So
For example,
basically, Russia's moving its oil around under the radar because we do or will have sanctions against them.
we do have sanctions, and they're basically so they can bring stuff in that they're not allowed to, and bring stuff out that they're not allowed to. So some
Nice.
country, when you have sanctions on a country, you're not supposed to ship into them or ship out from them. We basically bleed them dry, and that's what NATO and UN does. They try and bleed them dry.
So now, just a quick little question: Is this tied to anything with, I know Trump is calling to defund certain things, right? Like the World Health Organization. I know that there was some mention with his problems he has with the way NATO is ran, correct, right?
100%. It's because we foot the bill and we do most of the work, and it's our money, it's our people, and most of the countries in there are in debt to us, so we're covering all the work. So it brings up two big questions. One, why are we footing the bill? Or two, do they not believe in our cause and they're just standing there because they're afraid to go against us?
So NATO, we're flipping the bill for the
not all of it, but a lot of it. Every country's supposed to put in a certain percentage, a certain amount of soldiers, a certain amount of people. When something happens, they all agree on. They're all supposed to go in. They're all supposed to throw in money based on their size, their GDP, whatever it is. I don't know the exact things, but it's kind of like a company. When you own a company, everyone throws in their piece based on their
holding company.
Correct. We're footing most of the bill.
So we're the majority stakeholder of the holding company.
Not necessarily, but we're acting as if we are.
Oh, okay. So we're putting on a facade. Damn, dude, this word keeps coming up a lot with America. It sounds like we were built on fucking phony shit, dude. What the fuck? Let me find out George Washington wasn't a not shit ass motherfucker, dude. I'll be pissed.
But yeah, that's
I know he smoked. I know that. I know he had to have smoked to deal with this type of shit back then, dude.
And it's funny if you think about it, like the actual hypocrisy of it, because most of the rules and the things we're fighting for now are the reasons that we are America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
very good point.
So the kind of whole hypocrisy is hilarious. But now we're footing the bill, and Trump's like, "Oh, what the fuck? Like, why do we need you guys? And why should we foot your bill? You owe us money. Pay up."
Is NATO the one that enforces sanctions? Is that how that goes?
Yeah, so NATO has like their sanctions, UN has their sanctions, but it's like I guess you could say it's two parts of the same body as I view it. But
now we see these shadow fleets, right? Whatever they're called, right? We see these shadow fleets. They may have supposedly, allegedly, they anchor ripped relevantly, or an anchor ripped fucking line, right?
Yeah, so it's a power line. It's supposed to go from like Finland to it was from Finland to another country, and it was like their power source. It's at the bottom of the water. It's not accessible by man. And when they were doing research to figure out what happened, it looked like there was like a drag mark on the line going past it. And one of these shadow fleets were the ones that were, seen to be going through that area. So they, based on the tracking, they saw it was a shadow fleet person. So they think it was intentional sabotage by them. So yeah, it could have been sabotage. But I mean, look, if you had a shadow fleet go through and drag and rip your power line that was able to do that without you stopping, it's kind of a warning shot. Like, yo, look how close we got and look what we could do.
Yo, and not to do the conspiracy theorist shit here, right?
I'm starting to enjoy us doing that because every time we do it, it always ends up being it's not a conspiracy.
But you always gotta be careful because listen, some of the stuff does sound far fetched, but this just brings us back to if it walks like a duck, it quacks like it's a duck. It's a fucking duck. It's not a cow. So if it walks
honestly,
like a duck,
do you remember Please Find Me Guilty, the movie with Vin Diesel talking about the old RICO trials back in the day?
I've heard of it, never watched it.
Great movie, but he said something that probably relates better to this. If it talks like a Fed, if it walks like a Fed, it's a fucking Fed.
Ooh, bam, message. We need to get that button. Message. No,
with the Wayne's brother popping out.
So let's go to all the man. What do you put what's the word to use? How would I say all the crazy? It's okay, crazy shit, right? Fuck it, crazy shit. all the crazy shit Russia's been doing, right? Because didn't we see some like really crazy military exercises going on, right?
Military exercises, talks of missiles, and
Talks
like,
of warheads
yep.
coming from, now mind you, there was somebody that publicly came out and said that they seen a warhead originate from fucking the Ukraine.
Mhm.
And he believed that that's what the drones were looking for, right? So we just paid them again. Here, listen, take another billion, keep them coming, type shit, right?
Right.
So you give them money, right? And you see we've just talked about this. You see the way that shit makes Russia feel, right? Why do you think they're doing all this crazy? Why don't the American people, right? And why doesn't the government acknowledge the fact that we're literally poking a bear, right? Can Russia nuke us, dude? I don't know that, right? But what I can tell you is I don't want to deal with the situation in its entirety. I don't give a fuck if it comes here or not.
Okay, yeah, don't forget it's not just Russia though. You got Russia, you got China, you got North Korea too. I mean,
Yes.
there are
Great
others with
point.
them as well, but those are three massive power players, right?
Massive power players, right?
And
Massive
don't forget,
power players.
those big power players can all stand and survive on their own. Like,
so do we really want to keep taking this stuff as and chalking it up to conspiracy, right? When do we get to the point where we're like, listen, some of this stuff very well might happen, and what are we doing to be ahead of the problem before it comes, right? Because we haven't even got an explanation for what the drones were out for.
right. And I think that's one of the biggest issues now with, say, social media, right? Because people are able to get the stories out and talk about it and show it. Like, you remember when the war first started, people were on TikTok paratrooping into Ukraine, and we were seeing their TikTok videos.
Yes, sir.
So this social media has changed it, and you could tell it's changed it because of the fact how the news has changed.
Mhm.
Because the news isn't really reporting all the news anymore. They're reporting what they want us to see. So, I mean, they're flooding all of the media channels and social media and everything with stuff to change the narrative. They're trying to control the SEO and try and change the narrative of what's occurring. And they're not lying. They're just not addressing the point anymore. They're ignoring what's actually occurring to try and make sure, hey, we didn't talk about it, so we didn't lie about it. We just didn't cover it.
Yeah, we just didn't cover it. We didn't talk about it. Yeah, chalk it up to the game and call it over.
Exactly.
Man, dude. You know, it's there's too many, like we said, too many coincidences, too many different things going on.
But it's a new year. Let's hope for a new way.
Dude, listen, hey, good fucking point, dude. That's a good, I said this on Instagram the other night, right? We got to do better this year. This year as a whole, right? We have to do better as the American people. I told you before we filmed, I got my nephews sitting in, right? Getting a little, they wanted to watch and shit. So, it's about kids like Andre, Anthony, Carter, right? These are the people that all this stuff that we're doing now, that's who it's going to affect, dude. It doesn't really affect me and you, Joe, right? We've got enough years in our lives, right? I'm talking about like working and shit like that, right? I'm not saying anything about work. We're not old, but we've got enough years left to really just build something great for the next generation, right? And enjoy life while we do it, right? We weren't one of them kids that went, out of college and became some type of prodigy and, had a bunch of great business deals or, whatever I'm saying, right? We've had a struggle of it, right? We've had good business. We've had great businesses, and we've also had bad business.
Or bad partners.
Or bad partners, right? I take that back. I retract that. Never bad business.
Bad
partners. 100%. Thanks, Joe. What it's about is changing it for guys like these guys over there, right? And that's what this year needs to be about. I don't care about, I'm not knocking President Trump, right? Or Biden anymore, or Harris or any of that. I'm talking about us as a people, right? If we really don't like what the government is doing for us, right? I don't care what they're giving you for free. Stop looking at that. Let's start getting back to the day when the people mattered, right? It didn't matter what we were getting for the government no more. It wasn't I'm going to go watch their rally to find out what we're getting. How much EBT are we getting, right? Oh, the government's giving out checks. No, listen, that's not what we want, guys. We want to build it the same way we built it when all them fucking immigrants that everybody complains about fucking came here, right? The right way, though. The right way. When the immigrants had to go through Ellis Island. Remember that shit? So that's what this fucking year needs to be about, is getting back to the basics, dude, and finding ourselves as a people again. And enough of this goofy shit and relying on the government to fix everything for us.
They don't fix anything. Honestly, they just give you a short-term fucking check to ruin your long-term gains.
Right? Jimmy Hoffa did it the best, dude. I'm telling you. If what happened to people built like him? Well, they're right here. Hint, hint. Somebody reach out to me and throw some money behind it. I got you. I'll be the next Jimmy Hoffa. Just make sure you take care of my
let's
family.
get you back in office, man. I told you can get in office.
I wish I could. Only at a federal level, dude.
Yeah, doesn't mean you can't do it. Start screaming and yelling. Let's go. Let's see if we can get you in Congress or Senate.
We will. Listen, we'll get there. I'm still too young, dude. And plus, I'm really enjoying this ride with, stunting them. I'm serious, Joe. I miss you being on the music end, my boy.
Gotta scream and yell over here.
I miss you being on the music end. I really fucking do. It's a fucking wild ride over here with these guys. I'm telling you.
They never stop, man. They never stop.
Dude, and working with Stunt has been honestly such a pleasure, bro. And I know you get to do that anyways, right? Whenever you want. You and Stunt are close like that. I know you guys are just both really busy right now, but it's that's what this year is also about too. So it's also been brought to my attention, right, that some people have been seeing what we're doing. So as far as congratulations are in order, I could let you know mission accomplished with 312 all, dude. Mission accomplished. As long as we keep doing what we're doing and we keep growing the right way, my boy, we've built an empire over here. And I've been told it plenty of times already. Plenty of times, dude.
Got to keep pushing it. That's it. Keep talking about it. Keep pushing it. Every channel's got to push and do it the way it's got to be done.
Yeah, it's been great too. And then I don't want to end on a shitty note, but
we still got some time.
No. But this is going to take some time, so I'm sorry that it's probably going to end on a shitty note here, guys, because we definitely didn't mean to do that. But we dove off into a couple other things. But like fucking Vince McMahon, the fucking scumbag. But so we did get some updates on Robert Brooks, right? So he was locked up for assault, right? It doesn't say sexual assault, nothing like that, right? So, but we say that we bring that up to say this though. I don't care what he was locked up for,
right?
I don't care what he was in there for. Shoving shit down his mouth while he's laying on a gurney. There was a white powdery substance that looked like it was shoved down his mouth. Beating his sternum, throwing him against a wall while he's handcuffed, so on and so forth, right? There's no justification. No. So, but we did want to give an update and let everybody know that we did find out what he was locked up for. And it does look like there is the government and the police and the FBI are standing behind him on this one. He was being transferred from one prison to another. So he was being transferred from one prison to Marcy Correctional, right? Don't know why, no information on that. But they also aren't saying what made them start to beat him up either, Joe.
No.
Like, you know what I was hoping, retract that. What I was waiting to see was if they came out and said like, oh, he was stabbing somebody, or oh, he was raping somebody. Well,
but then that's an absolute. And that's what I think they're avoiding. And that's a lot of things people do. When they're in the wrong, when a company's in the wrong, it's delay, deny, right? Yeah. Delay, deny, and basically ignore. I mean, let's be honest. So the point 100%. Is, if they give an absolute of this is what happened, right? And then it comes out that that's not what happened, then you lose your narrative and your public trust. So you just have to ignore it, just like the media does with stuff, just like everything else. If you don't give an opinion and you don't say it, you never get caught with your pants down.
Man, dude, I'm telling you, this is a situation. I'm telling you, something's gonna come out that's gonna ruin these officers' lives. Oh, 100%. I'm telling you, and it's well deserved. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I hope each and every one of them go to fucking jail, dude.
And they probably will. I mean, they'll probably be in PC for most of it, or at least the beginning. But yeah, they will probably. It's probably going to end up happening. And the fact that they're not coming up with their own narrative and rhetoric to counter it already, and usually, how quickly does that come up?
Well, that's what I was saying. It was very surprising that they didn't do that. So what that tells me is that you're fucked.
Yes.
Like, you're fucked. You guys are literally sitting in conference rooms 12 hours a day trying to figure this shit out.
Oh, 100%. And that's kind of how it is. I mean, you can relate it to anything in the world, in any business maneuver. Hell, I can bring it up to stuff too. If you can't turn over stuff and you keep delaying turning over discoveries, it usually means you got shit to hide. If you can't say what you're saying and you can't give it a narrative, it usually means you got shit to fucking hide. It's easier sometimes to sit in silence than fucking tell the truth.
Message. Hey, he's on to you, bitches. Just so you know, and you know who the fuck you are. But yeah, dude, so fucked up. I don't know what there really is. You can't really say too much,
No.
because there's no amount of money, right? There's no amount of money. There's nothing that can replace what has happened. And it kind of just, what it does is it brings validation to their cause, though, right? So obviously there needs to be a change. This isn't something that just needs to be talked about no more. I think that the vetting process for these officers and these corrections officers needs to be changed.
Right. And the videos alone show it wasn't an isolated incident. It's a systemic problem because how many people were in that room.
I guess one of them has quite a few of the officers actually have reports against them. So it's let me get some really.
So it's like it just validates it's a systemic issue. By being a systemic issue, it's not isolated. Like if you see officers trying to stop, trying to pull, trying to go, no, you're going to stand around and watch or take part. Yeah, it shows it's ingrained, it's taught, it's what it is, or it was done for a cause.
So check this out. Check this out. Now that this is what you like to see, though, right? So 14 staff connected to it. 14 people, right? Jeez. As of the 31st.
And no one could stop them?
Yeah. So now the corrections officers union, right, typically responds on behalf of prison employees. Right. They come out and they say, and I'm quoting, incomprehensible to say the least, certainly not reflective, of the great work that the vast majority of our membership conducts every day. Right. So usually these unions are built to protect you.
They're on you. They're your shield. They protect you against whatever. You could literally
listen, I've seen unions protect sex cases.
Yeah, I was about to say, you could literally beat someone to death after you raping them as an officer, and they're going to try and still stand up behind you.
Look at Alec Baldwin. Didn't the actors union stand behind him when that accident happened?
Yeah. So
I don't know where they were at the end of it.
And I'm not saying they condone the behavior. They condone the behavior. No, they're not for the behavior, but what they do is they try and protect their people until they find the evidence or something's proven. For them to come out the gate, not even giving them a protection, literally shows you how bad this is. Because as we said, with sex crimes, they still stand there until they're proven guilty. And once they're proven guilty, they step back. But they try to be like, he's innocent until proven guilty, right? Like he didn't do this. You can't go after this officer for doing this. There's no proof. The minute the proof comes, they're gone. But in this situation, they came out the gate swinging.
Yeah, and look, so I guess one of these gentlemen has a complaint in federal court on a 2020 incident, and 3 of the officers have already been accused of assault previously.
So remember when I was saying that there was some leverage here or something going on?
Yeah.
Starting to line up a little more, right?
Yes, sir.
Just a little bit.
Man, we're definitely going to do more research on this. We're not going to stop talking about Robert Brooks, dude. So we're going to keep going and try to figure out whatever we can figure out, like I said. And
speaking of Robert Brooks, we got about a minute left. How's our boy Prentice?
Dude, really good. Actually, he's called me twice since we've been on here.
Okay.
So he's actually called me twice. I talked to him for 30 minutes this morning, dude. Great spirits. Obviously, there's not really much that we could do about getting him on. Right. Because it is kind of hard, and me and Joe haven't figured that part out just yet. But
if anyone else has an idea, feel free to reach out and let us know.
Yeah, please let us know how the best way to get it on. But he put me in tune with a couple people out of Cali that are interested in seeing what we've been talking about. So I'm definitely going to be reaching out to those people after the new year.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, it is the new year, but you know what I mean.
Well, I meant like during the month of January, February, we have a lot of catching up to do. So, we're definitely going to get in tune with these people.
We'll get in tune with everyone because it's the new year. Happy 2025. Thanks for tuning in with us. And once again, thanks for effing around in the morning. I'm your co-host, Joe.
Hey, what's good, everybody? JJ, have a great day.
Thank you for effing around with us in the morning.
See you tomorrow morning.
All right, see you tomorrow morning.
Effing around, start the day. Rest and rage, we got something to say. Feel the beat, the energy rise. It's morning mayhem, no surprise. We're effing around, sun's up, it's true. Morning vibes just for you.